You're on the team with me. You have an interview and you say, yeah, we don't really have that much talent on the team. Well, I'm gonna see how I could be able to galvanize this team. You think you can be able to come back to that locker room and sit with me and have a conversation? When you just told the press that there's no talent on this team,
let it fly,
you gotta be fucking crazy.
Yo, Beth. That shit crazy.
On a Saturday, it's All Even with your boy Barry Grant. You can catch me on Instagram and Twitter at All Even Podcast. You can listen to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google. I'm all over the place, man. And trust me, go to YouTube, hit that subscribe button, like, share, and comment because the page is growing. We have a substitute clause today. What's going on, man?
What's going on, brother?
Chilling. Jimmy, the intern. How you doing, brother? Nicole on the ones and twos. As always, a silent assassin is what I call her. You know, we got two.
No, go ahead.
I don't even really know what to say.
Just make it good
about the both of y'all. The fact that I had one time, I had you on the show. You was the inaugural, right?
Hey.
And then I had you on the show. But now I got both y'all on the show at the same time.
Oh my God.
So,
they don't understand.
you know, lots to get into. What's going on, Rich? What's going on, Casso? How y'all doing?
Can't complain, baby.
Lots to get into, though. You know, we got to talk about the Thursday night football game between the Chiefs and the Chargers. Got to get into that. It was a very good game. We got to talk about the whole Mr. Sarver thing with the Phoenix Suns. That's a big topic right now. Dak Prescott being down with the Dallas Cowboys.
Trash.
Brett Favre's shenanigans that's going on in Mississippi.
Man. Yeah.
What else are we talking about? Dennis Schroder has a new home, and that's some some interesting.
Welcome back.
Listen, don't ruin it. Don't ruin
back.
it. Yeah, welcome back. You know, his old new home, right? Is that what you want to say? What was the other topic I said? Something about football. Oh yeah, NFL picks. We gotta do that for the weekend.
Yeah, of course.
And then the greatest segment on the planet, Dummy of the Week.
Dummy, yeah.
So before I start, I saw this whole Ray J situation. Y'all know what's going on with the whole Ray J situation?
Nah, I'm not familiar
With the Kris Jenner and him talking
Ray
about the
J scorched earth.
Wow.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Mr. Hip Hop don't know?
I'm out the loop, bro.
Ray J
that's
aired everything out.
That's a little bit more than hip hop.
Yeah, I mean, it's culture stuff. That's what I'm saying. Ray J aired the whole Kim Kardashian sex tape, Kris Jenner involvement out.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, saying that it was all planned.
Oh, yeah. Well, everybody knew that, though.
Not surprised.
Nah, but he came out and said it now. Like, people can have speculation, but he came out and said, nah, this is exactly what it was.
Oh,
I know it's crazy when he said
that there was a second
they
tape.
shot a backup tape.
Yeah, the second tape. There's a second tape saying, so like Kris Jenner, according to Ray J, said that she didn't like some of the angles that Kim had. She didn't look too well in the angles, so she shot it the way she wanted to shoot it.
Oh, wow.
So we talking about pimp status.
No, that's
We're talking about like you a producer status now.
She been
really?
known for that though. She's been that.
But my thing is that first of all I applaud Ray J for doing that, right? I applaud Ray J for doing that because
Ray J's a performer.
But what I'm saying is that he did this 10 years too late.
I feel the same way. As soon as you said it,
10 years too late.
I don't think so.
Yes, because the thing is, had he did this prior, we would probably not have this Kardashian empire here.
Did he benefit?
Yeah.
So it's not.
I don't think he did.
He didn't benefit.
I don't think he did.
To the max,
I'm sure he made money off
to the max,
yeah, but how much money?
But okay, so if you throw whatever he made to zero, then what you're saying makes sense. It's too late. But if he did benefit, then why would you say something? If because I know they struck a deal with whoever.
But what I'm saying is that if
saying something now because they've been saying it for 10 years, that's how they start the season of the show, and every time they started, it's a problem. Now we in the Me Too movement.
Right.
Every time they say he's losing business now, so now
so he trying to get he trying to
with it, so now he's blowing everything.
Okay, that makes sense.
But
they're shooting Kardashians, no, the show.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they use as the?
This season is going to be emphasis on how it started. With
Okay, so it's all choreographed, like pretty much.
Okay, so
So
that
it makes sense. So
That
Ray
makes
J,
sense.
It's bad for
but
him. You got the
exactly.
TNF
So
company,
the
you got the Me Too movement.
the season that they're trying to shoot is going to ruin his career.
Correct.
Potentially.
So he's getting in front of it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so, which
makes
makes
sense.
sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm with Ray J.
Yeah.
All right, I'm with Ray J.
I feel, nah, I respect
Have you
it.
seen? Have you seen?
I respect it.
All right. Well, have you seen the tape?
It was terrible.
Yeah.
It was a horrible tape.
All right, well,
It's terrible. Listen, most of these celebrity
I
tapes
enjoyed it.
are trash anyway. They
Yeah.
are. They're
Yeah.
rubbish.
he said rubbish.
They're rubbish.
No, I like
right.
this.
When did the tape come out? When we was like
Shit, we was-
15, 16,
yeah,
something like that?
Young.
Like, yeah, it's been a while, bro. It's been a while.
I enjoyed the tape.
Did you? Did you enjoy the R. Kelly tape too?
You know what's funny? I never seen the R.
Lot.
Kelly tape.
You know what? Now we gonna call.
No, I promise.
Yeah, right?
I promise you. I promise. I saw my daughter. I never seen the actual R. Kelly tape.
Everybody had their flip phones out. You trying to tell me that you didn't see it?
I never in my life watched that R. Kelly
Yo, he's
tape.
crazy.
I seen that. shit.
We all seen it, Cos. We all seen it.
You had to
No.
see that shit, bro.
I promise you, I've
He
never
was there
watched it.
with us. We all watched it together one time.
All right, first of all,
Fast-forwarded the tape, he was eating ass for 20
Yo,
minutes.
we had to fast forward that, man.
first of all,
Solid 20
You
minutes.
just
First of
stayed
all-
there, like, yo,
first of all,
bro.
y'all some freaks. How close were y'all? Yeah, you guys were really
What do
close
you
to each other?
mean?
You guys on the same couch?
We was in high school.
You talking about high school, bro?
I can't remember that far back.
I'm
We had to scramble
I'm
to get
just
money together to get that tape.
Facts.
Word.
It was like the
Boys are
N1
freaks.
tape. Like the N1
N1
mixtape,
tape,
man.
bro.
It was in hot demand.
No.
That shit-
Nah, bro.
that shit was
I
in
never seen
demand.
that. I never seen. But I
You
think
never
I
seen
think
it.
I think
Yo,
I never.
I'm calling cap. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I
I'm calling
think I
cap.
never seen it because honestly speaking, I never followed that story like with care. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, it was
anything
everywhere.
that-
What you mean?
Nah, I never really cared for the story. Like
What?
even as wild as it was, I never really get because I was too young to
Alright,
care.
I mean, that's
Like,
And
I
he
ain't
was playing
playing
ball and shit.
yeah,
All he really cared about was
I
ball
never
and
was in a
shit.
position where I really wondered about.
Well, that's
it.
true
Like, you know
though
what I'm
because
saying?
the
like I
thing
didn't
is,
care. I
when
didn't give
it
a shit
really
about that.
popped, we was like what 16?
Yeah, bro, we was too young.
know what I'm
I
saying? Yeah.
never thought it. It never crossed my mind how serious it was.
Right.
It was just like spoke about, but I
Right.
never personally watched the tape. Like,
Gotcha. Okay.
ever,
All right.
ever.
You get off the hook then. You get off the hook then. I was about to go cap on you.
I got lie. I'm about to say I got lie about it. I didn't watch
yeah,
some wild
people
stuff
lie.
in my day.
People come on that couch and lie. Okay, they lie all the time.
Mike, listen, man, we did not hit a lot. Like,
Yo, listen,
all the
man,
time.
I'm here,
We here
man.
together, brother.
Now listen, Kyle, you
You a liar,
know
I'm a liar.
you're not gonna hide this time. You know we
What's
didn't,
up, man?
We didn't really get into it last time, but
Yeah,
you know
let's talk about it.
you know. You a underground rapper. You got a lot of stuff
Oh,
going
yeah.
on there, man. You know, talk about your stuff, man. What's up?
Well, you know, I got the Reckless Art out right now. You know, I got Reckless Art 2 on the way. Man.
Shout out to Sean Reckless.
Yeah, shout out Sean Reckless, big time. Like, homie got me on my movement, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I got so many, you know me, I got so much things in the works, bro. Back in the beats and all that. It's like, just putting things together. But Reckless Art 2, real soon. Real soon.
That's what's up. If I don't get no beats for this show, you're not gonna come back on my couch.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
You don't
I ain't
produce
even mad
any.
at that.
You don't produce any because Rap Lab got a new song. I don't have no new song.
You know the details on that.
I ain't got no new song.
You know the details on that.
I don't care about the details. All right?
got
What
you.
I'm saying
I
is
got
that
you. I got
I need me some beats. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Got
Now we can get into the sports.
Let's
right?
do it.
Thursday night football. We had a good game, y'all. We had the Kansas City Chiefs against the Los Angeles Chargers. We had Mahomes against Herbert, and it didn't disappoint. That game was pretty good. What was the final score, Jeff? It was 27-24. You know,
Love those games.
Herbert ended up getting hurt. You know, he bruised up his ribs a little bit. You know, he'll be day to day. He'll be fine. But what I saw out of that game was the Chargers are legit. The defense is legit. They're fast. They're one of the most dynamic defenses out there. I mean, they had Patrick Mahomes running around and really trying to have to extend plays and try to make magic. And he did. You know, he made, you know, they came back in the game. He did what he had to do, but the Chargers are legit. I really feel that they have a shot to surprise a lot of people in the AFC. What do you think about that, Jeff?
I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't call it a surprise. I think a lot of people are looking for the Chargers to take that next step this season. Justin Herbert's definitely legit. I think he's been showing us that for a little while. Thursday's game definitely put him on the map. He's hurt, so I kind of want to see what happens these next few weeks.
That's the thing.
But as far as the next few, I think the Chargers are in good shape. They got a QB, bro.
Yeah,
They got a good one.
Legit.
Yeah, I mean, as long as they can protect him.
They can.
It's always the
They
question.
can.
If they could protect him, I think. I mean, when y'all say shot, right? Shot at what? Having a good season?
Shot at getting to the Super Bowl. Shot.
Really? You think
Yeah.
they're that good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
They
They
have a quarterback, bro.
they're that good.
Play.
When you have a quarterback, you have a shot.
I told you earlier, I like Justin Herbert.
Right.
I do. I just don't trust in the. I don't like the Chargers to think about like a Super Bowl.
The organization or
I don't
the
like the
actual
Chargers.
team
No, listen.
he's with right now?
I don't like the Chargers.
I understand
bro.
that sentiment. I mean,
I don't
it's
like
the
the
Chargers.
Chargers,
They don't.
I don't like
They
the
don't
Chargers,
get
dude.
to. They don't get to Super Bowls. I understand that.
Now, if you take my opinion,
But Herbert is way better than Phillip Rivers ever is.
Yes.
now I'm gonna tell you. Now,
is.
I'm gonna give you my opinion. What I think with that game, because we spoke about it a little bit earlier. Well, I said I didn't like Patrick Mahomes that first game, but he has a new environment, new pieces he's working with. Well, different pieces. in the
Lost
sense of
pieces.
not having Tyreek Hill, which opens up a lot more doors. Now, when you say that they have a line that rushes the quarterback, bro, Patrick Mahomes been on a run for years now, right? So he wasn't in the pocket protected quarterback. He was always making plays on the run. So him having to make adjustment with this new team, I feel like I wouldn't judge Kansas City till like the 4th, 5th week.
I mean, you probably can't judge a
Only
lot of
because
teams on the fourth of
he does a lot. Patrick Mahomes is capable of a lot. It would take a couple weeks for him, I think, to figure out what he's going to be comfortable with.
I think as good as Patrick Mahomes is, you're not gonna be able to overcome the lack of skill position weapons that they have.
There you go.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire is not enough at running back. Pacheco is not enough at running back. Watson, number 84, what was the last team he was on?
He got bounced from the Bucks.
Yeah, he was on a team. He was on the Bucks in 2019. Like the guys that they have on that team, offensively, he's gonna have a good season. It's Patrick Mahomes, but you need big time playmakers in the playoffs to advance. If you don't have that,
I can't.
it's tough.
It's not the same.
I'll tell you
bro.
why I don't
Dude.
agree. Now, I
Okay.
wouldn't put him on this level because I don't want to compare him to that. Brady has done more with less.
But that's
Would
not
you
Brady.
agree to that? And
But
that's why I said I wouldn't- I
that's
wouldn't
not
Brady
put him
has
on that
done
level.
more with less. When?
Talent.
When?
Talent.
No, when?
No, that's a good
We're
question.
not talking
When?
about Tampa.
No, that's a good
No,
question.
no, not
Okay,
Tampa. No,
so
not
if,
Tampa.
you're
That's a
going,
good
if you're
question.
going back to New England, bro, he didn't do more with less. He had Bill Belichick. When you have Bill Belichick combined with Tom Brady,
And
that's
he's-
all you need.
And he still had bodies, bro.
And that right,
Can I
and
tell
he
you-
had talent.
Can I tell you that I do
Gronk,
not? I
like,
do
we
not-
have a Patriots fan
I
here. He
do
can tell you
not-
right now.
I do not agree with that.
Okay.
That Belichick and Brady thing.
How
Because
can you not?
Brady has been gone, and Mac Jones does not look good.
Patriots
Patriots do not look good right now.
It's only Mac Jones' first game. You realize that, right?
Mac Jones played
Mac Jones
last
had
year.
Mac Jones had a good year last year. What do you mean?
He had a decent year
He was
last
a
year.
rookie.
He had a decent year last year. But you can't use the excuse of him being a rookie when you're saying you have that type of coach. That type of coach should be good anywhere he goes.
The defense is
and
not
I'll
the
tell
same.
you why I don't believe in that. Simply because you look at Brady, who went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and immediately won.
That team
Right?
was stacked,
And-
though, bro.
and- yeah,
Thank you,
That's
thank you,
it,
Kaz.
though.
Thank you,
That team
Kaz.
was
Now see,
stacked.
here's the thing.
But when
No,
you
no,
say,
no.
all right, so when you say stacked, he came from a team that wasn't stacked, and he won with Belichick. Went to the Bucks and still won.
Let me ask you a question.
So, to me,
before I hit this button here, before I hit it,
and it better not be the dummy one.
before I hit this button, right? I'm gonna ask you, why did he choose Tampa?
I think
You realize that Tampa didn't choose him. He chose Tampa.
well, when you're Brady, you can do stuff like that.
No, I understand that. What I'm saying is that the market wasn't there for him. There wasn't a lot of teams that were clamoring for Tom Brady as a free agent. San Francisco said no.
Bro,
let me finish. Let me finish.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
The Dolphins said no
To Brady.
to Brady. The Raiders said no. He went to Tampa because one, Tampa was already on the verge of being good. They had Jameis, who was 30-30 that season prior. They finished 7-9 with his inconsistent quarterback play. They still had the same wide receivers. They still had a budding young defense. You put Brady on that team, you're taking that team to a next level. Brady understood that. And what did Brady do? Yeah, I'm calling Gronk out of retirement.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure
mention
Let
that.
me finish. I'm gonna make sure I get AB. So on top of the talent they got
had.
more talent.
Right.
So he stacked his team. He loaded the team to guarantee that he was gonna have a good team. Not saying they're gonna win a Super Bowl, but at least have a shot to win a Super Bowl.
Stacked.
He chose that situation. So what are we talking about here?
All right. So, but like you said, he chose that situation, but he also went to a team that was still lacking.
Lacking him.
Lacking in
what? Lacking
That's
him.
it.
No, because anybody knows, no matter what quarterback you are, when you bring Gronkowski on that field, you change a defensive strategy. Because you cannot just only focus on wide receivers because you have a dangerous tight end.
Okay, but
a Hall of Famer.
You just said
that
Gronk.
comes with
There's
Brady,
only
with
one
Brady, though.
person that Gronk wanted to play
comes
with.
Brady.
Tom Brady.
that
Okay,
comes
Gronk
with
was not
Brady.
coming out of retirement for nobody else.
Okay, but which is
So
fine.
Brady knows
But
this. He got Gronk. They won a Super Bowl. You're making my point.
No. What I'm saying is that Tampa to me was the perfect fit.
I did. It's very low.
Was it dummy?
Yes. I did. I'm sorry.
He said it wasn't dummy.
I'm sorry. I gotta hit it.
Yo.
Because you're not making sense right now.
Let's go to commercials.
You're not making sense right now.
Now, I'm gonna help you out because you're partially right. Tom Brady's done more with less, but he had those guys in the system. There's a lot of new people.
New pieces and
the system,
and
bro.
Patty is. I don't think they're gonna do it this year. They don't have the weapons, bro.
Bro, I get that. But y'all telling me that Belichick is a main cog? No, it's not.
He is,
You can't-
bro.
you can't dismiss
Bro,
this dude,
you
bro.
cannot tell
You
me
can't do
that every coach LeBron James played for was that great of a coach.
That's different.
LeBron James.
That's
You
different.
comparing
bro.
apples to oranges, dude.
That's
You can't do that.
different.
How is that?
You can't do that.
LeBron James is the Tom Brady of the offense. He is the controller of the offense.
Different, bro.
Okay, so you're talking on the field, but I'm just talking about what he brings. Tom Brady, as a quarterback, he can make decent dudes look really good. Even with the good guys, he brought in AB because the team was lacking.
No, he just wanted to stack the deck. They weren't lacking anything.
So they had Mike Evans.
Mike Evans and Godwin. What are you lacking? Those are two of the best wide receivers in football.
You know what? You're right. I can't even knock you.
What are you talking about?
You know, guys said Chris Godwin.
Did I get AB to play slot? And AB's never played slot?
You know, I forgot, but he got hurt. Chris Godwin got hurt.
No, he didn't. Not that year.
You know, he got hurt after.
Right, the season after. What are you talking about here?
Chris Godwin. God damn it.
And mind you, and here's the other point. Right before we go to break. The other point was...
You gotta edit that dummy thing.
The other point... No, it's going to stay in.
Nah, that's going to stay.
The other point is that when Brady got there in New England, he was a game manager. Why? Because that defense was stacked. So all Bill Belichick told Brady to do is don't make a mistake. The defense will help you and keep you in games. All you got to do is make a couple throws. Brady was good enough to be able to do that. And they won consistently. Once Brady learned how to be a quarterback and actually got his sticks, then you can be able to trust him more with the offense. The same thing is going to happen with Mac Jones. Mac Jones had a really decent rookie season. But the defense wasn't that great, but they weren't bad either. You understand what I'm saying, Jeff? But wait. This year, they're having issues in regards to who's calling plays. That's the problem with the New England Patriots. But let's not get it twisted. Once the season rolls on and they start to get a rhythm, don't be surprised when the New England Patriots have 10, 11 wins. Don't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked.
Now, what year was it that Patriots had like an amazing defense?
Every year, the first 4 years of Tom Brady's career.
Yeah, they had some people.
Elite defense. We're talking about top five.
I'm talking about like the last 2 chips that Tom Brady.
They didn't have great defenses. The last team, the one against the
That's
Rams.
what I was going to say.
The one against the Rams.
The expectation was Tom Brady's going to get out there and outscore the other team. That's really what it was. Because defensively, they weren't that great.
Not the last year. Not the last Super Bowl.
The last 2 Super Bowls he had, they weren't that great. They weren't that great.
No, I agree.
The expectation was we have Tom Brady. We're going to outscore the other team. That's really what they did.
I get that.
They just punched every team, and Tom Brady went up the field and scored a lot of points that year. But again, to y'all point, yeah, right. Because Tom Brady on the Bucs is different.
There you go.
Tom Brady on the Bucs is different.
Better switch it up real quick. Hopefully, Mike can pick me up. Tom Brady and Giselle are now living in separate houses. This nigga has 7 rings and is going for number 8. Is it worth it?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
It is worth it. Because I'm going to tell you right now.
Say it again. Is it worth it for him?
Is it worth it for him to keep playing?
Yes.
Because him, yeah.
He's going for his 8.
Yes.
He's had issues with his wife for a long time because she's been wanting to retire.
She wanted him to stop.
Now, finally, they're living in separate houses. Do you think it's worth it for Tom Brady?
Yes.
That's fine. Go ahead, but expound on that.
I say yes because, listen, man, like, I understand family, but this is legacy we talking about. And it's family's legacy too. But like, all right, so when it comes to like forming a habit, a lifestyle, it take whatever the time, 30 days for a habit, 90 days for lifestyle. My man been playing football
23 years.
23 years. You're not gonna
just turn it off.
Just turn it off. You have to downsize. You know what I mean? You got to go through that time to retire. You can't just retire.
Bro, when Tom Brady probably realized what being an actual dad was.
Nah, I don't think it's that, bro. I think it's the routine.
When all you know, and that's what I was gonna say. Exactly what you said. When all you know is football,
that's it.
You know how hard it is to turn that off.
That's
why Mike Jordan left the game 2 times and lost his mind and came back.
Well, I mean, I can speculate on why he left, but we're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, Mike even came. Mike did the one thing. Mike did the one thing that a lot of big players want to do:
quit,
own a team.
Quit.
He ended up having ownership with the Wizards, right? And did what? And ended up playing for him.
And quit again?
Bro, my thing, it's so hard to love something that much and only know one thing and then just go cold turkey on it. It's dumb hard.
You can't cold turkey.
No, listen,
you can't cold turkey.
Before we go to break, I'm going to say what I'm going to say, right? I'm going to keep it real. The thing is, question, Jeff, is that we all have a purpose. We all have a purpose here. Whatever your purpose is, and when you find that purpose, it's what defines you as a person. It's not your family. It's not your kids.
It really isn't.
It's not your parents. It's not anything like that. It's what you were put here to do. Mm-hmm. And no one has the right to tell you when it's time to give up your purpose. Mm-hmm. That is what drives you. It's not fair for anybody to tell you when your time is up. If somebody came to Giselle and said, "Oh well, you don't need to be a model anymore. You need to give that up." That's her purpose. Don't give up. Don't let him give up his purpose until he's ready. Every athlete gets the call in their head to say it's time to give it up.
They know when.
It ain't time for him to give it up yet. Don't rush his clock. And that's what anybody in any lifetime, in any situation, any career, whatever your purpose is, don't let somebody rush your purpose. Period. I don't care who it is.
Yep.
Back after this.
Yo, it's your man DJ G Money from that Flip the Script podcast. You see it? We in the studio right now. Flip, shut up. Yeah. Listen. Shout out to the All Even podcast. My man Barry Grant Jr. What's up, man? What happened? What you want to say to the people?
Shout out somebody else's podcast?
Yeah, don't make it the joint. What's up?
All Even.
All Even podcast.
Yo, it ain't even up here, boy. We put this yo something. All Even. Yo, oh my God. What's up with you, man? Now that's a shout out. You keeping this?
Yeah, keep all that. You want to jump
All
in the
Even
camera?
Podcast, right?
Yeah, all
Shout out
even.
to All Even Podcast, right? All Even? That's your man?
My man.
All right, shout out to All Even Podcast.
100%. He cool. Is he cool? Let me see. Is he cool?
D. What is it, D? Oh. Shout out, D. Oh.
Welcome back, y'all. So, we were talking about quarterbacks, purpose, Brady, where you were completely wrong on, by the way, Rich.
Damn, Rich.
Yeah.
But we
Shit, Rich.
Change that dummy of the
we
week.
go,
shit.
we go, hold on.
He's gonna hurt me.
So we go switch gears to Aaron Rodgers and his lack of leadership. So we're going from one guy who's Mr. Leader, right, to another guy who probably the most talented quarterback we've ever seen in regards to talent-wise. But in regards to his leadership qualities, it's very non-existent for him. If you didn't know, Aaron Rodgers has a new receiving core. Devontae Adams is now with the Las Vegas Raiders. He's with his good friend Derek Carr over there having a good time. And Aaron Rodgers has a new receiving core, and it's not going well. It wasn't going well in training camp, and he voiced his displeasure there, which a lot of people criticized him for. Game 1, they got annihilated, and he was visibly what is that the word?
Visibly.
Both attempts was
visibly
bad.
He was visibly
There we go.
displeased.
Yeah.
Like on the court, on the field, you can see his body language. He's, flaring his arms. He's looking at guys. He's staring them down. That's not something that a veteran needs to do. At this point of his career, he's making a boatload of fucking money. He needs to take these guys under his wing and show them the way. He's putting more pressure on these young guys, and when they make a mistake, they already know that somebody's staring at them.
Terrible.
That number 12 is looking down the barrel and he wants to kill them. So it's like, what do you think about that leadership style? Do you think that it's acceptable, or do you think that he needs to change?
I got this,
You
bro.
wanna go first?
I'm gonna go first,
I was gonna
bro.
strike first. I mean,
Nah,
you wanna go first.
because it's
All right,
too
go ahead,
bad,
go ahead.
bro.
No, go ahead.
I do not agree with what Aaron Rodgers is doing, or lack thereof.
I'm
sir.
with you.
Because you have a new core of anything. You got a bunch of rookies coming in any position. As a leader, you have to come in, show them what the Green Bay Packers is about.
Right.
Show them about the playbook. Show them what they're about. You know what I mean? Like, what do I like as a quarterback?
Right.
What do I want to see you do? If you don't go to OTAs, you're not going to these practices. You're
You showing up looking like fucking what's his name? Woody Harrelson.
You know what I'm saying?
Or Nicolas Cage. What Nicolas Cage?
And then
Con Air.
and then you want to
Fucking weirdo.
and then you want to complain
Right.
to the receivers because they're not catching, routes that y'all supposed to be practicing before the season starts.
That's facts.
Like, come on.
See, the way I look at it, right?
Of course, you're gonna come with another angle. Of course,
You have to.
Of
Got
course.
to. Got to, man.
You have to. Because you got to think of, like, his history with the Packers.
Okay.
What about it?
It wasn't a great relationship between him, management, and the owners.
True.
Right? He had a lot of issues with them. So
Because they're cheap. It has nothing to do with how they treated him.
Okay, but you don't know where his mental is when it comes to caring about the organization.
All right, but before
right?
you finish, he only has himself to blame, though, Rich. The reason why Devontae Adams is out the door is because Devontae Adams couldn't trust that he was going to be there.
He was going to be there.
True.
But now, question.
That's it.
Now, what was the reason why he was threatening not to be there?
Because he's a baby?
What did he want more of?
Money?
So no.
No.
Aaron Rodgers.
He wanted more help.
Now,
He
why
wanted
would you
more help.
now?
Bro, if it was about more help,
being the focal point,
Devontae would still be here if it was more help. It had nothing to do with that. He wanted carte blanche. That's what he wanted. He wanted to be able to do what he wanted. He wanted to be able to have certain says, even if they weren't going to take his advice. He wanted to be in the room,
now,
which is fine.
Now,
He's
my
in the room now,
my question
and the
is
team
this.
sucks.
Now, my question is, when you have a player of Aaron Rodgers' caliber, right? Now, not to even switch over, But if you're an owner, you have a LeBron James, but a LeBron James tells you, I am comfortable trying to win with A, B, C, and D in my corner. As an owner, you have an obligation to keep the star of your franchise happy.
I get
Absolutely.
that. I get that.
At the end of the day.
100%.
So when you're telling your star player, I'll give you a star, but you're only a star with a certain rope. You said you want him, but we don't like him. He's gone. He's gone. And you don't adhere to what your star player is telling you he wants to go to war with. How can you get mad at him for starting to like fall back a little bit? Why would you get mad at him?
He's just handling it bad.
But my
though.
thing
He is handling it bad. But again, he's disgruntled though, Mike.
But Rich, my thing is,
he's disgruntled.
Okay,
he's a disgruntled star. How are you mad?
He took the money. He could have left. You know that.
That's true too.
He took the money.
Oh, he couldn't leave. They wouldn't have let him leave.
What do you, bro, he
but he
accepted
would have
the
got
extension.
somebody would have took Aaron Rodgers.
He was able to leave after the season.
But
is what I'm
BJ,
saying.
but listen,
If you really want to go,
which
you
is
could have
fine,
went.
which is fine. But the money is still the money. Because think about it. If all the players that he wanted decided to come, the money would have still been the same. But
And how would they have signed him?
You know what would have been different? His attitude.
But my dude,
His approach to the
his
game would have
best
been a lot different.
receiver left because of him, not the Packers, dude. Listen to me.
No, his best receiver
Yes,
didn't leave because
bro.
of him.
Nah,
he
he
left
didn't leave
because of the thought that he wasn't sure about what Aaron Rodgers wanted or
you hear
what
what
he
you
wanted
just
to
said?
do.
So whose fault is that?
You hear what you just said?
But now, if you would have talked to Devontae Adams and asked him on the business end of the football, are you mad at Aaron Rodgers? Of
course he's
he
not
would
mad
never
at Aaron
tell you
Rodgers.
no
He's not
because
gonna
at
be
the
mad.
It had nothing to do with Matt. It's about what is going to be beneficial for my career going forward. I can't commit 5 years to staying here while you only going to be here too.
Okay,
Yo, Rich, hold on.
You're talking one
You know what I'm
player.
saying?
Yo, Rich.
When
That's
again,
it.
but when Aaron Rodgers told you certain players he wanted around, and you cut them, you got rid of them. You're showing your star that we don't care about you as much as you feel we do.
But
So
Rich,
do you, Devontae Adams?
what I'm saying
he's just
is that-
collateral damage.
Right.
That's really all he is.
Rich, what I'm saying is that all of that stuff that you just said is fine. If Devontae would have stayed, Green Bay doesn't look as bad in week 1. The problem is that he buried himself. And instead of him being a leader and accepting what he did, he's now ostracizing the receivers that are left here. You don't do that as a leader.
He's not
you
a
don't,
leader,
You don't
bro.
mess up and then start pointing the fingers at everybody else.
He's not a
and
leader,
like
bro.
I said,
You
like
understand
I
what I'm
said,
saying? That's
BJ
literally what he's doing.
Not a leader,
and
bro.
I'm gonna tell you like
Let
this:
Rich speak. I want to hear
Different-
what you're
leaders lead in different ways, right? When you had the Michael Jordan approach of being a leader, you seen The Last Dance. You seen how every player felt about Jordan's leadership. And was it Bill Wennington that said it? I didn't realize how great of a leader he was until now. You're talking years
Nobody's
after the
going to say
game.
that about Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
But-
it's not the same thing, bro. But
And if
continue.
you would have
No
asked,
one's gonna
and
say
if,
that about
and
Aaron
if you would
Rodgers.
have, and if you'd have asked Bill Wennington during that time, he would have probably told you Jordan's a dick. No way he's a great leader.
They'll say that about Brady.
Now, for instance-
not saying that about
they're
Now,
not
like
saying
I
that
said-
about Aaron Rodgers.
But
bro.
yo,
In what I seen in the interviews, I seen a dude that said, "I don't have great players.
Why would
Chemistry
you
is
even
not
say that?
Chemistry is not something
Why
that's
would you even
made
say
in a
that?
day. Why would you not? But
Why would you even say that?
again,
Bro,
hold
again,
up.
Be
you
a
have,
person
you
on
have,
the team,
bro.
my
You
dude.
have a Kobe Bryant
There you
leader.
go. There you go.
have a Kobe Bryant
Put
leader.
yourself in
and
their
you have
shoes,
a LeBron
bro.
James leader.
Hold
You
up.
have two styles of leading. There are different
Even
ways to
Kobe
lead a
never
team, bro.
said it.
But with those two,
There
no,
are
no, no.
different
Hold on, hold
ways
on.
to lead a
But
team.
with those two people you just mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
you never questioned their leadership.
Facts.
You never questioned their
You
leadership.
can't compare NBA to NFL. NBA
Even
No,
if
no,
he
no.
does,
But
though.
it's not even NBA.
if he
It's
does,
not
though.
NBA.
I wish you
It's-
could.
You cannot. You
It is-
never questioned their
it is-
leadership.
it
though,
is
at
person
the
that-
time.
Let me ask you a question. Would you say Aaron Rodgers is whack right now?
Not about being
It's not
whack.
about
No, no.
talent, dude.
I'm
not about him being whack.
I'm asking with relevancy. Would you say he's whack? No. Will you say that Green Bay Packers are going to do horrible this year?
No.
I can't say that with certain.
It's Aaron Rodgers.
Kobe Bryant's leadership
So-
was definitely questioned.
It was terrible.
It was definitely
It was
questioned.
terrible. But
That's how you lead?
But the thing is, certain players
out of
take
LA?
certain players.
hold on.
Nah,
How old
the
was
reason
Kobe
he wanted
Bryant
to
at that time?
leave.
That's fine.
What do you mean
but
reason he
It
wanted to leave? He
matters,
left.
dude.
You're
Smush Parker said, I would rather play overseas a bunch of years than play with Kobe Bryant ever again.
Man,
and I know a person who knows Smush Parker.
Look at Smush Parker out of here.
Where's Smush Parker now?
Exactly.
Somewhere, I'm sure he's
Smush.
Kwame Brown.
Kwame.
What
did Jordan do with Kwame?
What
on,
BJs is he working with right now?
Come on, man.
But again,
Smush.
Stay on topic. We go back to Aaron Rodgers.
Like I always said, your style of leadership is probably different than Jeff's. How Jeff decides to galvanize the troops is a lot different than you.
Okay.
It might be different than me.
I understand that.
Aaron Rodgers might be different.
That's a
Because you got to remember.
And
Because you
guess
got to
what?
remember, Aaron Rodgers is in that locker room. We're not.
Guess what? And guess what, Rich?
What makes Devontae Adams move? We don't know.
And guess what? Guess what, Rich? His style of leadership has gotten them to no Super Bowls in the last 11 years.
Damn.
Is that Aaron Rodgers' fault?
Yes.
Yes.
Really be
Yes.
Yes.
So you don't think management has been giving him weapons
Of
to
course,
work
management is to blame
correct me
as
if
well.
I'm wrong. Correct, Jeff. You're a football aficionado. Who had the best record in the NFC in the last 2 seasons?
You can't tell me that.
Nah.
I could find.
I felt that way when Mike McCarthy was still there.
Yeah, right. I can agree with that. Not now.
Last 2 years he get no pass, bro.
He won back-to-back MVPs with the best team in the NFC and lost.
And back-to-back 13-win games.
Lost.
Seasons, bro.
Because of his play,
he lost,
not
bro.
because of the team.
He lost,
listen,
bro.
because of his poor play,
kill me with
not
this.
because of the team.
It's
They
a
kill me with
double
this.
edge.
Yeah,
Like,
that's why I
Bro,
don't completely
I
agree.
It's a double edge.
watched teams come in first place.
Look.
You won one of those two.
Bro, there's been teams that came in first place in the Eastern Conference and didn't make it past the first round.
Who Aaron
Second
Rodgers
round.
has become, management is to blame, of course, to whatever degree. But this is just what it is. This is when you put all the shit in the pot and you stir it up. This is the outcome.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, management played their role in what Aaron Rodgers is today.
Last point before we move on. What Aaron Rodgers is showing you right now
Not a leader,
is
bro.
the inability to work with what he has. He's showing you as a quarterback, he needs things a certain way
Yeah.
to be successful.
I agree with that.
When you listen, that's fine. As a quarterback, you cannot send that message to your team. Because when you do that, you lose the locker room. They're already done with him. You realize that?
Off bat.
They're done with him. Whatever success they have, it's going to be despite Aaron Rodgers' leadership. And he put himself in that situation. You want to be the bad guy? You want to be on everybody's podcast? You want to talk about how you tricked the NFL in regards to saying that you immunized and all this bullshit? That's fine if you want to have that type of personality. But what legacy you're leaving in the NFL right now is not a good one, because there's not a lot of people that have a lot of good things to say about Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
And
So-
that's universal.
And now this is all I ask.
That's
And
universal. He's a great football player. I love Aaron Rodgers. I think he's one of the 2 most talented quarterbacks I've ever seen.
Yep.
But in regards to a human being and a leader, he's a piece of shit.
Now, all I would say is this, and I'm going to go back to what I said earlier. How you lead is not how everybody else leads.
That's fine.
Now, all I ask is
Then
this.
I
by
don't
least
deserve that type
by
of money.
at least week 13, 14, I'd love to be back on
Yeah,
this
we can
couch.
talk about it.
Because
Calling
in
the
my
shots.
in my opinion, because all I would ask, and I would ask I would want to answer for you. If Aaron Rodgers hypothetically was to get to the divisional championship game,
Not enough.
potentially a Super Bowl, what would you say? What would be your excuse for him getting there?
There is no excuse. He's a great quarterback.
So if he
nobody's
got to the
disputing that.
So no,
Nobody's disputing that he's a great talent. He's a great quarterback. He has a good, decent young coach that knows a little bit what he's doing. The problem is that his leadership,
bro.
is poor. Everybody sees it.
It's been shown, bro.
But that's what I'm
Right,
but
that's what I'm
what's
saying.
puzzling me.
You're confusing
You're saying
two
that
different
because he
things.
wins 13 games, he's a good leader.
That doesn't mean
not
that.
necessarily, because think about
That
it like
don't mean
this.
that.
Again, what moves Jeff might be different from what moves BJ.
But yo, that style that he's
Tom
using.
Brady may be able to push you.
I don't think that works in football.
It don't work.
That's
not at the most important.
It works in anything.
No, Rich. Hold on, Rich.
It works with anything.
If you don't show up, it don't matter what sport.
What does it matter if I'm going to war with you, and I know the guys that I have on that field with me, right? If you're part of that front 11, we have a different relationship than I have with those other 45 guys. It's completely different, bro. So to say, even if you want to say basketball, that starting five has a different relationship with the last five.
But if you're not there,
if you're not
there for the team, how can you form that relationship?
Exactly. No, agreed. No, that's why. But that's why I said
you out there doing podcasts instead of being there for the OTAs.
But that's why I said. But that's why I said.
Ayahuasca.
But that's why I said chemistry is built. That's not something that happens overnight.
Right.
And I told you earlier, exactly in his interview, he said, "Yo, this is just the first week.
Yeah, he's trying to do
can't
damage
count
control
us
now.
out. Chemistry's not built in a week, bro.
He's doing damage control now, though.
That's what, okay. So
it's
so that's
already
that's
out
the
of the
narrative.
bag.
That's the narrative.
Built in a week, and I'm gonna agree with you on that. It's built in the off season.
Right.
No off season.
Where were you?
Yo, Rich, keep it 100.
And that follows you throughout the
Last
season.
point before we move on. You're on the team with me. You have an interview and you say, "Yeah, we don't really have that much talent on the team. Well, I'm gonna see how I could be able to galvanize this team." You think you can be able to come back to that locker room and sit with me and have a conversation? When you just told
Let it fly,
the press
bro. Let it
that
fly.
there's no talent on this team,
Let it fly,
you gotta
bro.
be fucking crazy.
Let it fly.
If you know me, if we're actually cool,
It wouldn't even. It would matter.
And if
It would matter.
if I'm Aaron Rodgers, bro, you think I couldn't come back to the locker room?
Not without a fist in your face.
Bro, I'd put that.
But you see what I'm saying, Rick? Like,
I'd put my
like
ponytail.
you not understanding the like you can be able to say wild shit and then try to clean it up. Yo, the cart's already out of the barn.
Mm-hmm.
You already did wild shit.
But
you're gonna have to try to make up for that when people already wrote you off. They're gonna be a teammate. They're gonna try to be professional, try to win, but they don't like you.
The relationship.
They don't want to fuck with you after that, bro.
Bro, you never
You're
seen
done.
a game.
I don't believe
quarterback
that, bro.
is struggling, and they put the backup in,
And they love the backup. Look at how the Philadelphia Eagles galvanized around
the same game.
I love
take out one guy.
I love the narrative, but the reality behind shit like that. No, I love the narrative, but the reality of that, right, is that BJ gets paid almost $1 million a year to break you down as a quarterback. And you know who BJ doesn't break down as a quarterback? The backup. So when that backup comes in and his three drop step is always looking left versus Tom Brady, who always looks right, you're gonna catch any defense off guard. I don't know shit about you. I can't game plan for something I don't know. That's why Jeremy Lin was the biggest fucking trick in New York City.
You're rich.
It was
trying your hardest.
But it was
defend Aaron Rodgers.
It's not because y'all are not.
To defend Aaron Rodgers.
To defend Aaron Rodgers.
Because if Tom Brady, because if Tom, was that the dummy one again?
That was.
Yo, that's 2 for 1 show, bro.
I'm gonna pour soda on that button, bro. I'll tell you right now.
You gotta relax. We gotta calm
jam
down.
I'm gonna jam
you
that button.
talking about Jeremy Lin? How we get to Jeremy Lin?
No, because he said how if the backup comes in, the team looks better. It's not about that. You got to realize the intricacy that goes into every game. Every quarterback is game plan for. But outside of that, again, if Aaron Rodgers was a loser, being this good, they're not gonna understand. You're talking about week 1. That's why I said, bro, please by week 14.
But
Let me please come back and we can talk about the record. And I will stand on the camera and say, listen.
Like I said, this is.
I apologize.
I'm gonna move on after this.
Okay?
I'm gonna move on after this.
I'll drink some more.
It's not about this season.
Some of this brown water. Okay.
Listen, it's not about this season. This is a pattern dating back for a decade.
With Aaron Rodgers.
There's many teammates that can definitely say
I love him too.
he's not a great teammate, and that's fine.
He's not.
He's a great talent, not a great teammate, and they are not the same thing. You can be the best talent in the world. You can be a shitty leader.
Facts.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Does
Brett Jennings won a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. I got nothing good to say about
Right. Does not like him. All right, moving on.
Ask Judd Bushler what he thinks of Jordan.
And then now we talking about Jordan.
Jordan was a horrible
I got to hit the button again. Hit the button again.
Stop it.
Now, listen.
Jordan punched Kerr right in the mouth.
Moving on.
For a hand check.
Moving on, please. You gonna be the first dude to get kicked out of the studio. I ain't gonna hold you, Yo.
All right, but go ahead. Now, Joe's a horrible leader. But go ahead. We'll talk about it.
Nah, join the man. Join the
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
Gotta cleanse the palate.
Come on, man.
Man's out of control.
Let's pay these bills.
But yo, join the man.
Yo, listen, we gonna go to break.
Yo, this is Cigar Gents and Gals. I want to give a shout out to my boy Barry for All Even Podcast. Keep doing your thing, bro. Killing it.
Welcome back, y'all. Before my show got attacked and held hostage by Rich,
Hey.
I gotta get this show back on the back on the rails. 'Cause, like, I don't know what the hell is going on here, right? He talk about Jeremy Lin, he talk about like LeBron James, and we talk about football. Like I don't understand what's going on here. So we
parallels.
we go, yeah, we been parallels.
Understand me.
Here's a parallel. Here's a parallel for you.
Oh man, you got hit again, bro.
Is that the dummy? Is that the dummy
yes.
again?
He's a Hall of Famer right now. Right?
Damn, son.
You batting 1,000 right now.
I wanted Kyrie. Right?
Facts.
I think the button is jammed.
You
is what I
batting
think.
1,000 right now. But we're gonna talk about another NFL quarterback that's, under duress for a different reason. It's not.
You trash.
It's not leadership issues. It's not a lack of ability. It's the fact that he can't stay healthy, and that's Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott for the Dallas Cowboys. As a Cowboys fan, I really don't know what to say because it's like he's shown this ability to be decent. He's a decent quarterback. He's not great, very good, right? But his durability issues are a problem. They're a problem. You got to stay healthy, and he can't stay healthy. So, as a Cowboys fan, or even as just a outsider looking in, Jeff, like, what do you think the Cowboys should do?
That's a rough one. That's a rough one. We don't know how long he's going to be out. If he's only going to be out 4 weeks, keep Cooper Rush. It's going to be 6. You
Right.
can get Jimmy G. But
Damn.
I ain't going to hold you. I think week 1, I don't like to put too much into week 1. I think after week 1, the Cowboys are in trouble.
Yeah.
Really? So you're waiting that long to say that?
I think they're in trouble after week 1.
I'm
So
a
you
Giants
don't
fan,
want to
so
say
you
it right
already
now.
know.
You want to wait till after. So you want to wait till week 2 to say it?
No, I'm saying now, right now, after week 1 has passed, right now they're in trouble.
Okay, so you okay. I thought you was going to say you were going to give them some
right
more
now,
time
they're
to
in
say.
trouble. They're the only team I can say after week 1 is like in trouble.
Right.
Yo,
I agree with that. I think when you look at the core of the team, the wide receiver core is a problem. CD Lamb just came out and said that he realized for the first time that things are a little different. Like, he had 2 legit, quote unquote, de facto number ones when he was playing with. He had Coop. He had Michael Gallup. Things are easy when you can be able to have those guys on the outside and he can play the slot. Now, he's the only one that people are paying attention to. And it's tough for him to be able to get free because he only caught 2 passes on 11 targets in week 1. Now, granted, he played a great secondary, but at the same time, he's going to see a lot of double teams. And the problem that I have with this whole situation is that as good as Dak is, him and CD never really meshed. Cooper Rush has more of a connection with CD Lamb. So maybe the Cowboys don't win, but I think that you might see a different CD Lamb with Cooper Rush. And for me, that's a bigger problem going forward because if your star quarterback can't link up with your star wide receiver, you got bigger issues than the actual productivity or the wins and losses on the field. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not a big Dak fan. I've always been very critical of him.
Lion.
I mean, you're a Giants fan, so I mean that's granted. But you got Daniel Jones as your quarterback.
That's all right.
You would love Dak Prescott.
No, that's
as
right.
well.
Nah. I don't want no Dak.
You know
I
what I'm
don't want no
saying?
Dak.
Right.
And we got game 1, baby.
That's fine.
All right.
We're not gonna talk about the Giants. That might be in the topic of who gives
I'll
a
walk
fuck.
off right now.
Right?
Right. Talk about the Giants.
But
Hey, for what?
I'm just
We
saying.
get wins, baby.
All right. Well,
But that- but like I
get
said,
back to Dak.
It's a problem for them, man. I'm not gonna turn in my card yet, Jeff. But
we know you good for
You're
that.
not gonna turn.
We know you good for
I
that.
ain't
Why
gonna
would you
turn
not? But why would you not turn in your card?
Turn it in.
because I still have confidence.
In what?
So wait. So if you had to,
In
so
what?
Idealistically, right? If you want to be ideal right now, what do you think happens between now and the next 8 weeks?
What their record is?
As far as Dak Prescott, yeah, their record and Dak Prescott. Because to me, I think if they're saying it's a 6 to whatever week injury,
They said that he can be back week 6.
He could be back within 4, which means if he's back within 4, more than likely he's dealing with lingering issues. Even if you played it safe and said 6.
Exactly. That's what I
You're
want to know.
talking chemistry. You're talking about being able to get back.
Schedule is not that tough.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not that great.
You got Giants on your schedule?
So you think
Schedule tough. Schedule is tough. You got the Bengals, the Giants? Schedule tough. You wildin'.
Bro, listen.
What's wrong with you,
I
man?
tell you right now,
this
man.
ain't all even. You ain't holding. You ain't making this all even right now, man. You got the Bengals and the Giants? Schedule tough, bro.
Yo, Mike, I'm gonna tell you something.
What's up?
I could grab 4 more people. We could take the Giants on right now.
Nah, you wildin'. We get win, baby. I ain't say we get wins. We get win, baby.
So
what's wrong with you?
But
Giants are that team that you work at. You work at the bank, and they say we got free tickets.
That's the free tickets from people.
we got free tickets. We got free tickets to go see the Giants. You wanna go there? That's where y'all all right now.
You didn't see my man Saquon?
Bro, you couldn't pay me to go watch a Giants
Facts.
game.
A word?
Facts.
You couldn't pay me to watch a
But
49er
listen,
game, bum ass.
We're gonna move on from the Cowboys.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Moving on to bigger news, funny news. Brett Favre's in the news, y'all.
What'd he do?
He's not in the news for anything positive either. Listen, the last time Brett Favre was in the news for something wild, he was overhead taking dick pics in Jersey.
Oh shit!
That's when I respected him.
And getting in trouble, right?
That's when I respected him.
Rachel Nichols?
Fact, no, that wasn't Rachel Nichols. It was somebody else. It was some reporter that worked for the Jets, I think, at that time. But he's in the news for something not as salacious, but it's still foul, right?
And I
Stole money, $2.5 million in Mississippi in this what is a welfare ring.
Ponzi scheme.
Why he stealing money?
Right.
Why he stealing money?
One of the poorest states in the union, right? Bro, what's going on here? How are you stealing money? You rich?
That's what I'm thinking. Like,
I'm trying to understand it. How are you stealing money? And then what did he say that he was building a swimming pool, volleyball gym for his daughter?
So that's a good cause right there. So.
Mind
You ain't got no. How many Wrangler commercials he made where he got money? What's up, man?
That was
been a tax write-off.
Facts.
That's true too.
That has that, but to me,
Yeah, Rich. Yeah.
I think that's all politics. Because if you look at the people he was in business with, it was a bunch of them that were
Ted
doing,
DiBiase,
that
there's
were
a whole
all-
bunch of stuff, yeah.
that were all doing that.
Oh, the $1 Million Man?
Yeah.
That just to me that just lets me know that like there's a business happening amongst those rich people that benefit off of dealing with the poor. You know what I mean? So when you have that money that's accessible where you could just hand it off to a guy like Brett Favre, I think they said in his career he made like over 120 million.
Yeah, of course.
In his career,
Like,
which
made
means
bread, bro.
That's not regular.
Exactly.
Right.
So
Copper, right.
So you figure sitting in his bank account personally is probably 50 to 100 million. So to me, for him to do that for literally $2 million
foul.
is crazy.
And it would have legit been
And
a
it
tax
show
write-off
and to
for
me,
education.
it shows you the heart of like these people with money.
Yep.
Because for him to accept that, having an understanding, because if I'm not like wrong, I think he had a text message going back and forth asking like,
Yes.
"Yo,
Is this okay?
can the public find out about this?"
Right.
Oh, wow.
Which means that
He knew it was wrong.
he understood
Right.
the grounds he was walking on.
Yep.
And the fact that you knew this is money coming from the areas that are stricken with poverty. Food is like scarce. Everything is scarce, and you live in one of the most poorest states in the country.
Listen, they have a water issue right now.
And for you to still feel comfortable enough to say, I'm gonna use the poor people's money to build a stadium for my daughter. I think that speaks volumes for
who he is, character,
man.
all of that.
And I feel like it sucks because I feel like as an athlete, and you look at our community, because when you look at that community stricken with poverty, you look at like the demographic of it. Those people are the ones who love the shit out of Brett Favre. Dude.
Of course.
Like, I loved Brett Favre.
Look at him as a hero and all that shit.
What?
Mm-hmm.
He was tough to me.
Right.
But when you hear about stuff like this of him as a person and like what he's okay with doing, like, and again, like to me, you would think like a person with that much money doesn't drive you to certain lengths. You know what I mean? And like the length of understanding that, bro, there are 9-month-old babies, 3-year-old kids that are gonna miss a meal because of what you're about to do, and you're okay with that.
Right.
That's where I think it becomes like really tough.
Well said, bro.
Yeah.
Well said. I agree with everything that you said, bro. I think it's, you know, as people who love sports, whatever walk of life it is, whether it's celebrities, movie, like whoever you look to for inspiration, and you like, damn man, I really appreciate their work, and then you see who they are outside of that. Sometimes it's very hard for us to separate who the character is or the profession from the actual person, right? And then when it's hard for you to do that, you tend to kind of angle and try to make excuses for those people, right? In this situation, I can't make an excuse for Brett Favre.
Yeah,
I love Brett Favre, but for what we've seen of his character for the last decade plus, you know, things that he says, his, you know, you want to talk about his political views, and now you see this, everything just kind of makes sense about who he is as a person. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's disheartening. They always tell you that, you know, you should never meet your heroes, right? They always disappoint you. And this is just one of those situations where it's true. You know what I'm saying? Yep. It's just, you know, when you have people that feel comfortable stealing money from people that don't have it, it makes you react a different way, bro. It makes you angry. You know what I'm saying? Because those are people who need help. Not saying that they don't want to help themselves, but sometimes you need a little push in the right direction. And if there's no resources to be able to help those people, then how do you expect them to rise above, right? And persevere when there's no assistance there? It's just crazy, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, to me, because, you know, they always believe in, like, trying to rebuild their image.
Yeah.
And I think, and in my opinion, I feel like they're going to have to force it. But Brett Favre is going to have to do a lot.
I don't know how.
For that,
I don't know what he could do really to remedy this.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
But I mean, like, but if you think about it, like, if you're on that side, PR, because he's going to lose a lot of sponsors.
Yeah.
He's going to lose a lot of money
Cobb's
he had on the
gone.
side.
No, bro.
You don't think Cobb's going to be gone?
It's Brett Favre, bro.
Yeah.
You know what? You're right.
Which is why I said
as big as a story as it should be. I'm glad we're talking about it, but this was kind of a C block, D block story in the media.
Yeah.
But that's
we're
what.
not gonna hear about this next week. We heard about it this week.
But that's why I say, like,
That's fair.
I don't like, he has the backing to recover his image. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, I see your point.
So for him right now, with what he has, there's gonna have to be drives. There's gonna have to be charity events.
I don't think
There's gonna have to be so many things for him to actually, because, you know, he already mentioned that, he didn't understand the gravity of what he did or whatever.
Nah, he did.
He's good. Of course, we know that. We know that. But he's gonna have to put himself out there on another level. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I feel like he can save himself, but I do think he tarnished his legacy.
That's where we leaving it.
That
100%.
legacy, because, you know, legacy is different.
That's like when Hulk Hogan got caught saying nigga.
Right, saying nigga, right.
Like,
yeah. Exactly.
Like, come on, man.
You don't forget that shit.
I mean, like,
you know what I mean? That's a fact. That's what I'm going to.
I remember Hulk Hogan slamming Andre the Giant. I still remember that. But I do still hear his
it's the same idea. It's the same idea. You're not gonna forget what Brett Favre did.
You're not gonna forget it. Facts.
You're not gonna forget it.
No, I
bro.
agree. I agree with that.
It's but listen, all y'all are right. I commend all of y'all for y'all points because it's all facts. Like it's one of those stories that will disappear next week because people not gonna talk about it, right?
Agreed.
They're gonna focus on football and nobody's gonna give a fuck, right?
Yeah.
But the people in that area, they're not gonna forget it.
They're gonna
and they
know.
shouldn't forget it. And they should make sure that whoever was involved don't forget it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the most important thing. But moving on to NFL picks. I'd like to know who y'all think are going to be winners for this week coming up. Let's see.
She already know where I'm going.
See what we got here. So we got Bengals and Cowboys. Cowboys are at home. Listen, I'm a homer. I'm gonna pick the Dallas Cowboys.
Your opinion goes completely unnoticed.
What do you mean?
So what do you think? Like,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
let me
listen.
think. Bengals. I say Bengals. I'll definitely take the 7 point.
7?
I'll take 7.
I go with the Bengals for sure.
You got Bengals
I
as
go with
well?
the
I'll
Bengals
take
for sure.
7.
You got Bengals?
Because of what Rich said earlier, I actually have the Cowboys.
See, there you go. So we got 2 Cowboys and got 2 Bengals.
Bengals.
I like
bro.
that.
I don't like the Bengals offensive line.
Because there's no game tape on it.
Exactly.
And Micah
I
Parsons
game-
is gonna run rampant
I don't like that
in that
offensive
backfield.
line.
So
y'all talk all that shit. Bengals, bro.
I couldn't disagree with you, but BJ and my brother are Cowboy fans, so I'm completely gonna disagree with you. But go ahead.
Bengals.
So Jets and Browns. Browns are at home. I think
6.5.
yeah. Browns look
Six
pretty
and a half?
good. Yeah, they 6.5 right now. Browns
Shit.
look pretty good.
They do.
In that first game. Defensively, I like the way they look. Baker Mayfield had a couple plays in the fourth quarter that brought them back, but at the end of the day, Browns were the better team. I think the Browns are going to steamroll the Jets.
I think so too.
So
As I'm thinking
so
about
I
it.
think 6.5 is a little too low.
So when you say,
I
when
think
you
the
say
Browns are gonna
when
go.
you say steamroll though,
Yeah.
2 touchdowns?
I was gonna say, what would you say? I'm not gonna lie to you. Brissett looked good.
Yeah. Brissett's a solid backup
He looked
quarterback.
good against that Carolina squad. Now, but you know how it goes. To stay consistent through the year is very hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I still got Browns though.
But to
I'll take the
steamroll though,
Yeah, they're going
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just because it's a running game, I'm going to take the points with the Jets. I got the Browns to win, but I think
Jeff,
the Jets can
you do realize that Joe Flacco is starting quarterback.
I know.
You understand that?
Listen, man.
does
cool.
Joe
That
Flacco have
matters,
Super
bro.
Bowl experience?
First off, your hands is bothering me in front of the mic.
That man.
Is it messing with the sound?
I'll take the
Yeah,
6.5, bro.
You just
Is it messing with the sound? I'm sorry.
you just
I was
distracted
trying to make sure my
Still
bid
take
was
the
intact.
6.5.
No.
That bid all
like
you
I
gave me
said,
is wearing off.
Stay away.
I got the Browns winning. If I want to put a score on it,
Steamroll.
27-10.
Shot.
I like
27
that.
to 10.
I like that.
I ain't mad at it.
I like that. I
They're
like that.
definitely going
That's a
over
steamroll.
that 6.5.
I like that.
Yeah, it's a
I
steamroll.
like that. I like that.
Next one we got the Commanders and Lions. Lions are at home. They are -1.5.
Yeah, I was thinking
I like
the
the Commanders to take that game as well. I think
thinking that.
as good as Carson Wentz is, he still has talent. He's a shitty leader, but he still has talent in that arm. Yeah,
Bro.
2 receivers.
They looked amazing.
Yeah, they look good. They look good. But listen,
I like
the Lions also look good too. Shouts out to the Lions, man. Dan Campbell got them looking good.
That was their Super Bowl, though, because the Eagles spanked for 47 last year.
Yeah.
That was their Super Bowl.
But I think the Lions are gonna be better this year. I think they are. So,
I
but
like
I
it.
still I agree with you guys. I got the Commanders.
Yeah, me too.
I think this might be the game of the week for me. We got Buccaneers and Saints. Saints. Tampa Bay is -2.5. The Saints own the Bucks. They own the Bucks in regards to the Brady era.
With who though? Who
With Brady at quarterback.
No. I
Saints
feel
head
you,
coach
Rich.
being who?
I feel you,
Dennis
Rich.
Allen is the defensive coordinator.
I feel you,
He's
Rich.
the one that has been locking
You
up
don't-
Tom Brady
you
for
don't
the
think
last 2
You don't
seasons.
think Sean Payton was a part of that?
I feel
Nah,
you,
Sean Payton's a
Rich.
good coach, but Dennis Allen is the defensive guru.
I feel you, Rich.
That's what I'm saying. He's the one that game planned and put Tom Brady in the box the last 2
I'm
years.
going Bucks.
I'm going Saints.
I'm going Bucks.
And Saints are at home. I'm going Saints.
I'm going Bucks.
I'm only going Bucks because Tom Brady been hearing this shit all fucking offseason.
I'm going on for that. I'm kind of going on
What
for
does that
that.
mean, though?
I feel
It means a lot. Mentality
sometimes
matters.
you can't stop it.
Saints
you can
front
stop
line
it.
ain't no joke.
Saints defense, period, ain't no
Saints
joke.
front
Come on,
line.
Bucks,
I
man.
like the
Kind
Saints.
of old that last game.
I like the Saints, but
on,
Yeah, I mean,
I
listen, you know,
can't
he out there
bet
too,
against
bro.
Brady.
He out there too.
There's that too. I can't bet against Brady.
You can't
man.
bet. You can't bet.
I'm
against
going
Brady.
Bucks,
You can't
man.
bet
Okay, you going Bucks. Next game we have is the one for Mr. Picasso over there. We got Panthers and
Going
Giants.
Giants, man.
Giants are at home. Giants
No
are
comment.
-2.
I don't care about the spread.
I am picking the Giants in this game because I am not rooting for any Baker Mayfield team. Not gonna happen.
Facts.
I got the Giants. I think the Giants, they find a way to win this game. I think Baker Mayfield throws 2 interceptions.
Facts.
Key interceptions and cost his team the game. Listen, I think Christian McCaffrey looks good, but I just don't trust Baker enough to be able to consistently take them out of holes that they dig for themselves.
I don't
so
either.
I have the Giants winning that game.
I don't either.
I don't trust him.
That's fine.
That's what's up.
Take him. That's cool. That's great.
I'm gonna take a healthy Baker Mayfield over there.
All right.
Okay,
All right.
that's fair.
I'm gonna go get a glizzy and just enjoy the
Pause.
people at the.
God.
With Joey Chestnut.
That's it, man.
Pick one.
If I had to,
Yeah, just pick the right way, man. Go the right way, man.
I'm not. Keep it. I go Giants.
Okay.
Of course, you know where to go.
I hate to say that.
Next game we got might be a good one as well. We got Patriots at Steelers. That's gonna be a nice matchup there.
Steelers.
Take the under.
Steelers.
Take the under. Steelers. Well, they got New England -5,
We're
-2.5 in
We're
that
going
game.
with
Take
Steelers.
the under.
Yeah.
Nobody's scoring more than 17 points.
I got. Listen, I had my man Michael McCorkle Jones having a great game. He's gonna have a great game. 325 yards. 2
I'm going
touchdowns.
Steelers, man.
I think the Patriots win.
I'm going Steelers,
Yeah.
man.
T.J. Watt's no longer there.
I'm
But
going with the Patriots.
They still got Minka Fitzpatrick though.
I'm
I'm
going
still
with
going
the
Steelers,
I'm going
though.
with the Patriots. I'm going with the Patriots.
Okay, going to the Patriots.
I'm going to go Steelers.
You're going Steelers. We have Colts at Jaguars. Divisional game. I like that.
I like the Jags.
Yeah, I'm not a Matt Ryan fan.
Not a Matt Ryan fan, but he didn't look too bad that first game.
He did not.
Yeah.
He did
He didn't
not.
look too bad. And Jonathan Taylor.
I was
is
impressed
free.
with him. I was impressed with him for sure.
I'm going to go against the grain. I'm picking the Colts.
Picking the Colts?
I'm picking the Colts. I'm going
All right.
against the grain. That's an
You know,
against the grain
Matt Ryan
pick.
did go against Houston.
That's an against the grain pick.
Houston gave it up in the end, man.
I like Trevor Lawrence, but man, I like that Colts defense as well. So I'm going Colts.
I'm going Colts too.
Yeah. Everybody going Colts?
I'm going Colts. I thought I was going against the grain.
All right, we got Dolphins at Ravens. Ravens are at home and they are -3.5.
Dolphins.
I'll take the Ravens, bro.
Dolphins.
You're picking the Dolphins?
100%.
I'm taking the Ravens, bro.
Wow.
Ravens have nobody but
I'm
Lamar
taking
Jackson.
the Ravens, bro.
They have. Remember, don't get fooled by what they did to the Jets.
That's what they need.
Let's not get fooled by what they did to the Jets. The Jets is horrible.
But they
Miami locks in, bro.
They did it passing.
Nah.
Miami locks in.
Ravens.
Miami played a Patriots defense that wasn't that good in week 1.
Yeah, but Miami's defense also played a Patriots offense that wasn't terrible.
They are terrible.
No, they're not terrible, bro.
They are terrible.
Yo,
Y'all just bigged up Bill Belichick for being a great offensive mind.
Ravens gonna
Yes.
cook.
No, we
Bro,
never said offensive
mind you, if you
We said
if you-
defensive
bro,
mind.
if you watch the
said defensive
game,
mind.
if you watch that game, Patriots were driving upfield. Dolphins just kept making great plays towards the end of the field. Dolphins played great defensively. They stopped the Patriots.
So you got
Patriots
the
was
Dolphins
moving.
beating
I got
Lamar
the
Jackson.
Dolphins, 100%.
All right, we gonna see.
Nah,
100%.
beating Lamar,
Let's
bro.
mark that down too.
Yeah.
Mark that down.
That's why it's on tape, baby.
Mark that down.
That's why it's on
and
tape.
get my voice levels on that too.
Ravens.
We got
Yo, Jim, I gotta make sure my voice levels is good on that.
we got Falcons at Rams. Rams are at home and Rams are
Taking the Rams, bro.
Rams are -10.
Taking the Rams, bro.
That's
Wow.
it.
Rams.
Yeah.
Aaron Donald gonna have a
Yeah,
baby.
we all got Rams across the
I'm
board.
taking the Rams.
Aaron Donald gonna have a baby that weekend.
Yeah.
They wild.
Seahawks and 49ers. 49ers are at home.
I'm taking the Seahawks.
49ers are -9.
You better watch your
at home.
tone.
I'm taking the Seahawks.
You
think
better
that- I
watch
think-
your tone and your delivery, young
I think
man.
that spread is a little too high though, bro. What do you think?
It is high.
-9?
I think it's high.
That's high.
No, man. Geno Smith didn't move.
Yo, and they were saying that he had a great game. I'm like, where?
And the 49ers played in the
Yeah.
But
I got the
yo,
49ers winning though.
I think they're going away.
I got the
I'm the only reason.
Seahawks.
Listen, the only reason why I'm
Seahawks.
saying it's gonna be a tough game is because it's a divisional game. those divisional games are never blowouts.
No,
normally.
they don't be.
So this is why I'm saying the -9 may be a little too much. That's all I'm saying. But I still got the 49ers winning that game.
I got Seahawks. I'm dead ass. I ain't moving.
Wait, so you think Seahawks will win by more than 10?
What happened?
By more than 10.
I ain't talking about the spread. I just want the dub.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck about the spread. I just want the dub.
We got
I just want the dub.
We got Texans and Broncos. We got
Broncos.
Broncos are at home.
I'm taking the
What's
Broncos.
the spread on that?
-10 Broncos.
Damn.
Yeah, I go with Broncos. I go with Broncos. 2-1.
So yeah, I got the
I'll go
Broncos winning.
Broncos.
What
I might
about
bet on the Niners this week.
what
for
about Cardinals and Raiders? Raiders are at home. Raiders are -5.5.
Raiders.
Cardinals.
I'm going Raiders.
I think the Raiders win.
I'm going
I don't
Raiders.
think the Cardinals are that good this year. I think they're gonna struggle a lot.
Me neither, but I think Kyler's gonna pull a couple games out of his ass. Like,
Couple of games.
Not this game. Not this game.
Exactly.
Not this game. We're going Raiders.
Exactly.
I'm going Raiders.
We got Bears and Packers. Bears have always been a nightmare for Aaron Rodgers.
Packers.
Bears. I'm saying Bears because I don't like Aaron Rodgers this week.
some of the stuff Justin some of the
Nicole, what we got?
I'm going Bears
Why are you so emotional?
because I don't like
Packers.
this lack of leadership, man.
Packers. We got the
It's
Packers
disgusting,
over.
man.
For sure.
All right.
Bears.
And we got a good one for Monday Night Football.
The
We
Bears.
have the Titans and the Bills. The Bears.
Bills.
Titans and the Bills.
Bills.
I ain't gonna hold you,
Bills.
man. I got the Titans.
Bills.
I got the Titans winning.
Bills.
Yo,
keep away.
Let me
Bills.
tell you something. If the Bills went 17-1 this year, I wouldn't be shocked.
Bills.
The Bills is gonna work. If you think Derrick Henry is walking around stiff arming anybody on the Bills, it's not happening.
Bills.
The Bills
you know-
is the best team.
you know why?
And they're unfair.
You know what?
Their only real issue last year was getting to the quarterback.
Rich,
That was their only year.
You
They
made
went and
great-
got Von Miller. If you
you
hit
made
that
great
button,
points.
BJ,
You made great points.
I'm
Listen,
walking the
hold
fuck
on.
out.
I'm respecting you. You made great points. The only thing that you messed up on is that you said 17-1.
Damn, son.
Then they
Yo,
extended.
that's like 4 for the day,
Then
bro.
they extended the week.
Right. They never play 18 games, man.
So wait,
what we doing?
it's 17.
17 games now.
I carried my one. No,
Damn.
they
So-
played 17. Okay,
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
16
It's all
and
right.
1.
You
Okay.
came close.
Because I
You
forgot
came
about the bout.
It's all right,
The
it's all
bout
right.
weeks.
Yo,
The
that
bout
was
weeks that got
4
me.
for the day.
So
No, it's
listen,
the bye weeks
we
they got
did
me.
our NFL
I
picks.
carried
We did our
too many
NFL
ones.
picks. We got through it. Thank you guys for getting through that because it's been a complete disaster. So
No problem, bro.
after the break, we're gonna talk about some NBA stuff. Some Robert Sarver is gonna get a little
Oh
interesting.
no, I'm gonna get serious
Right?
there.
Oh.
I'm gonna get real serious there.
Welcome back, y'all. So we're gonna continue the circus of a show today.
Hey, Ringling Brothers. Ringling Brothers.
It's been a complete disaster from day one. I'll never have these two back on my show ever
You
again.
better.
But listen, more importantly, it's been a good time. Robert Sarver has been suspended by the NBA 1 year and $10 million.
That's it?
I think that's a hefty fine, honestly.
Think so?
It is.
Now, the part that I find interesting is that it's the reactions after everything came down. We had Chris Paul, we had LeBron James. They were very critical of the actual punishment, saying that it's not enough. And for Chris Paul, he understands what that feels like, being on a team with an owner that has said some outlandish shit, right? You know, he was there when Don Sterling said his stuff, and you know, he was able to, you know, get the team taken away from him. Now, I think a lot of people want that to happen. I think the co-governor of the team, I can't remember his name, forgive me, came out and made a statement saying that he wants Sarver to step down. So there's a lot of backlash about what's going on. You know, there's a lot of stories. There was an article written by a great writer, ESPN, forgive me his name. If you can find it for me, Jeff, you can be able to do that. He wrote a very detailed article about all the transgressions that Mr. Sarver, you know, had in his tenure as the Phoenix Suns owner, and it's extremely detailed. From his battles with Earl Watson, from, you know, his encounters with
Excuse me.
from his encounters with you know, women employees at the job and stuff like that. It's just, it's a lot. It was a lot of loose conversations, loose behavior, sophomoric stuff that you don't expect out of an owner. You know, you expect your owner to be diplomatic. You expect them to be respectful. You know, if you want to crack jokes and all that stuff, that's fine. But crack jokes in a way that you're not gonna make everybody uncomfortable around you. Like he's just always been a weirdo. That's what most people have said. Now, obviously, you know he has his supporters in the organization, but you know, what are your thoughts on that, Rich, in regards to what the suspension is, what the fine is, and do you think it is justified, and do you think that more is coming in regards to him having to possibly relinquish the team?
Well, personally, I think the fine is hefty because you look at $10 million a year, $10 million for 1 year.
Yeah,
players don't even get paid that much a year,
but it is a drop in the bucket, fam.
Which is really nothing. You're absolutely right. But I think the problem is much bigger than that, right? Because you have an owner who's been an owner for a while. He comes from an era, like you said, where things were being done prior to today's time where everything is under a microscope. He comes from a time where things weren't under a microscope as much as they are now. So you were able to get away with saying things negative towards women, saying things negative towards certain demographic of people or however it is. Whereas now, the littlest thing you say can get you in like a lot of trouble.
Cancel culture.
100%. So in my personal belief, when you talk about like Don Sterling and these guys who's been through the ringer, if you want to call it that, these are all the same guys that have been together for a while.
Right.
True.
Right? So when you look at the NFL and you look at Silva and all these people that are put together, you know who puts them together? The owners. They work for the owners.
Yeah, commissioners work for the owners.
The NBA, the refs, the league, everything is created for the owners, not the people.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? The people are just they're the beneficiaries of what the owners put together.
That's the revenue.
So at the end of the day, the owners are the one who come together and create this league with their finances. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you have a group of 30 people who, out of 30 people, could you imagine how many of them who come from being in power for a long time and how they potentially think? So I don't think this is something that just happened with Don Sterling and all the other owners were like, oh, I'm shocked. I didn't know one of us think like that. No, this is something that's been going on for a while. It's just a matter of getting caught.
I can agree with that.
You understand what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
To me, this is nothing new. And I can promise you, if you talk to the players honestly and you got them to give their honest opinion about what they feel about how their owners think, I can guarantee you more than 5 of them will come out and say, he's potentially race biased.
Right.
Facts.
I agree.
You understand what I'm saying? Because again, like when you look at Don Sterling's age, when you look at a lot of these owners' age, they're from an era where it was a lot different racially. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? So for them to think the way they do and just adapt to the times and not get themselves caught up in a situation like what he got caught up in. Because think about it, if Don Sterling wouldn't have dealt with that girl who brought everything out, we would have never known.
Right.
Facts.
Correct.
He would still be an owner.
Right.
He would still be dealing with the Clippers and everything, and we would never know. So it always takes that one factor to ruin everything. You know
I agree.
what I mean?
I think what we're seeing here is that Adam Silver he's in a tough position, right?
Yeah.
Any commissioner, it's the same thing that happened with Goodell and Stephen Ross in the NFL with all the tampering, right? You are appointing me as the person that's supposed to be able to pull down the ruling, but I work for you. So it's tough for me to lay the hammer down when I work for you, right? So in every league, I think they need to come up with a different commission that polices the owners rather than the commissioner, because I think it's just the biggest conflict of interest that you can have.
Yeah, basically.
And the problem that I have with this whole thing is, like you said, you mentioned it, is that if they go any further into this Robert Sarver thing, they're going to find a whole bunch of other fucking owners.
You're bringing down the league 100%.
That use the same type of rhetoric on their emails, in their conversations, on the phone, how they speak to players, or how they speak about players, or how they speak about certain female employees that work in their building. This is like the tip of the iceberg.
I agree.
So it's tough to say, hey, they need to get rid of him. Okay, you can do that, but then you gonna have a lot of other owners that gonna come before the guillotine as well. You know what I'm saying? So you know it's a tough situation, but they handle it the right way. I think.
You think so?
Yeah, I listen. What else can they do?
What would be a more severe punishment?
But
stripping him from that stripping his team.
But that's why I feel it's tough.
That's
I
the
think
thing.
what you said makes a great point, where it's like you also need another policing form.
Yeah, I like that. I
to
do
police
like
the
that.
owners. But you know what makes that weird? You think the owners are about to pay for their own police?
Yeah, exactly. They're not gonna do that.
But I think that's why we
Like-
have public opinion.
Right.
We have people right now who are asking him to step down and resign. People are penning open letters. People in his organization, the Mercury organization, other different parts of sports are calling for this guy to step
Right.
down and resign.
Listen, you
But
have.
I'm
Even
gonna tell
when
you-
you're a
but-
billionaire, when you have that public kind of pressure, they usually fold.
But I'll tell you why it becomes weird. Because if we all four are in here right now together, and somebody's calling for your resignation, you think BJ is going to tell you, yeah, you should
I
resign?
think that's the problem that we have.
No, but that's why I say when you talk about these owners with money, bro, they're not going to go against each other. It's not going to happen. I think with Don Sterling, it was just too bad.
It was too bad. That one was.
It became. That's
was
what I'm,
way
which
too
is
bad.
what I'm saying. It became too because
Don't
not
let
even
him-
to switch over to the
don't show up
NFL,
to them with none of my games.
but
he can play.
and not even to switch because
He's
he.
kind of specific. He said, just don't fucking bring him to the game.
Don't
take
show up to my
pictures
game.
on Facebook. You can do whatever else you want with him.
I'm not gonna lie.
Don't show up to
Listen,
my
man.
games.
I feel like
Bro,
that's
listen.
It was two requests.
Dealing with Magic Johnson was some different waters, brother. I'm not sure. I'd have been upset too.
Don't show up to my games.
I'd have been upset too. She dealing with Magic
You
Johnson.
gotta take pictures with him.
It's a lot more at risk than just some.
Yo, Don
Regular
Sterling is
stuff, Jesus.
funny as shit, man.
But again, like even like if and you know not to switch back to football, but you look at the John Gruden situation,
Right.
Where could you imagine if they told John Gruden, your $100 million is canceled, all the money we promised you canceled, you lose everything. What do you think John Gruden does?
You gonna roll
He
over.
sings
he's
like
rolling.
he sings like a canary.
Rolling.
You're gonna have
Facts.
who are
Who
and
are those emails to?
but do you know?
Exactly.
And you know what the beauty of it is? Do you know what came with that sacrifice? $100 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
Because they told him like, you know what, you're going down, but take this 100 with you.
Right.
And you know what all the owners in the back doing?
Right.
Please, shh, just don't mention my name.
don't do nothing.
And that's why I say with this Suns owner, the way you're gonna watch it unfold is right now there are meetings that are happening between all of those friends because they're all friends. They're
be.
gonna come together and figure out how to send him off right. He just messed up. He's gonna have to sell that team. Simply because most of his workers that bring in the finances
Right.
will be African American.
And-
You'll never win.
And it's about to be a strike and all that stuff.
Yeah,
You'll
they're
never
already talking
win.
like that.
Like what Jeff was saying, the court of public opinion is gonna get him.
You'll never win. But you know he will go off into the sunset. He will be okay. Now, how they plan on moving forward is how they plan on moving forward. But I do think, like you said, like Silva is in a situation where it's like, how do I kick out the dude who hired me?
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I feel like it's very tough in a situation like that. But for Phoenix to have a complete downfall, he would have to sell that team before they do.
Right.
He would have to.
Yeah,
He would have to.
listen, man. But the stories that came out, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Like I was reading the whole article, I was just like, yo, this dude is.
Yo, nah, he
This
wild
dude
out.
is wild.
He wild
Like
out.
he was asking Earl Watson about, why does Draymond Green say the N-word so much? And he's saying the word. And Earl Watson is telling him, like, yo, you can't say that.
So much.
Right. He was like, yo, you can't say that. And Sarver was like, well, why Draymond Green says, he's like, yo, you can't say that though, dude. Like, you can't say that to me. He just don't care. And it's one of those situations where, like you said, Rich, about how they did things, the good old boy era, right? That's what I like to call it. Is that when these guys are owners and you've been making all of this money and you're rich and you have all of these finances and this power, it's very hard for those guys to look at you and to think that they don't own you, that they don't have power over you because of all of the money that they made. He's made multiple comments about, do I own you? Do you work for me? Or are you? That's how he looks at people, as property. Because that's the era that he came from. That's the type of situation that is comfortable for him. That's the type of language that he uses. There was a instance where he pants some guy in a locker room. Like, we're talking about the owner.
He did what? He did what?
Pants some dude.
He did pants him?
Yeah.
Like, pulled his trigger.
Yeah. Like, we talking about an owner for a team here, yo.
Besides the N-word, bro, he's not that bad with me. He seems like a guy that likes to have a good time.
Like, it's just, you know what I mean? It's tough, man. So, I mean, listen, I'm with LeBron James. I think, as LeBron James, the person that has this big platform, he's so influential, he had to speak out about it. I think he's right. I think, there needs to be more, but it's a tough fucking situation. It really is. You know what I'm saying? Like, this whole cancel culture thing where it's like, hey, we got you. And come on now. There's a lot of people that say some wild shit.
Social media, man.
Now, if all the other people that own the team come together and they try to push him out, then that's what they do. But it's tough. When you own a team, it's very hard for you to get pushed out.
He's gonna have to sell, because even if you look at like the Clippers situation, because what happens is you're gonna end up with players that just want a contract in the league, right? Because you look at like a Devin Booker, he can go to any team and get that max. Yeah. Chris Paul, I don't know about the max he gets now, but he could still leave and get paid somewhere to be a leader. You understand what I'm saying? You're not going to get any like premier player. You'll get the role players because at the end of the day, that 60, 70 mil means something for the family, the house, and all that kind of stuff. But you'll never be a contender.
Yeah, you can't be.
For him to sell that, and the crazy part is, like, business-wise and game-wise, if he was to sell, like when the Clippers owner sold, Clippers actually looked good. They brought in Paul George. They brought Steve Ballmer. They brought in Paul George. They brought in pieces because it almost looked like the recovery team.
Yeah, they are actually a reputable franchise now.
And think about it. It was all on the back of him selling that team. Correct. A person who, we got him out of there. Let's move in somebody who loves the culture.
Because he was a shit owner for a long time.
Oh, come on, of course.
So yeah, I mean, listen, I agree, man. It's a tough situation, but hey,
do you see them picking back up?
Who?
The Suns. If he sells, if he's out of there.
I mean, it's a tough market. It depends on who the owner is and how they go about it. But I don't see them being a perennial juggernaut. I don't see that happening. It's the fucking Suns.
Before this was Charles Barkley, Dan Marley,
to me,
all the time.
In my opinion, what held them back was Chris Paul's contract.
What held them back is the fact that Black Cat Paul is still on the team.
But think about it. How much money does he hold up?
What I told you about your hand, bro. Your hand's bothering me.
Stop punking me on live television. That shit. But with him gone, the amount of money that's accessible. Yeah. You're pairing D-Book with something vicious.
You think so?
You're giving.
So?
It's like $40-something million.
You're giving them way too much credit,
you
bro.
Think so?
Devin Booker is not a superstar.
Whoa.
He's not an A. Okay, even if you say he's not first, he's not first superstar.
No, it is.
If he's a second
mad at
star
the
player,
bum,
I don't even think he's a second star.
Really?
No.
I'm not mad at the bomb, though.
He's a third banana.
So if Kawhi Leonard doesn't have to guard him, you don't think D-Book gets off?
I mean, he can go
Third?
off, he can go off as a third banana. He's
Third?
He's not a second banana.
You don't think he's a second?
No.
BJ, you tough.
I understand why you say that, though. No.
You tough, bro.
No. I understand why you say
tough.
that.
You tough.
But you don't think he has the capability to be the second?
How many years do you need?
I get it.
I'd never give him
I
first.
get it.
He's not first.
He's not first.
He's not first.
No,
He's
he's
not
proved
first.
that he's
I
not
agree.
first, bro. He's proved that he's not first.
Chris Paul is his first.
He has a good skill set. He doesn't have a great skill set.
In order for Devin Booker to be who you expect him to be,
Right.
he needs a Giannis. In order for him to be who he needs to be, he needs a LeBron. This is why Chris Middleton looks as good as he does. You think Chris Middleton will look as good as he does if Giannis
Not at
wasn't
all.
there?
But shit.
So they're the same type of player
I agree.
in regards to their offensive skill set.
I agree.
Devin Booker is not a superstar. He can score. He's
score.
not leading you nowhere.
But that's why I said
Nowhere.
So let me ask you. So, because
But we getting off topic.
Suns is about to blow up.
Yeah,
We
getting
know
off
that.
topic.
All those players is getting out of there.
We'll see.
You don't think so?
We'll see.
Chris Paul and Devin Booker said they don't want to play for him no more.
Chris Paul, yeah, but if they
don't play for him.
but if they remove him, they'll stay there.
Yeah.
Do you see that being a quick process?
Yes, it's possible.
Yeah, I think so.
You think it's a quick process to get him out of there?
It's possible.
You said, what do you
Like I said, it depends.
By the start of the season?
Bro,
It depends
if you
on-
think,
You gotta see if they lose. They start
if
losing
you
bread.
think he's about to just say, all right, y'all,
It
take my
depends.
spot.
It depends.
I think so.
Right, it depends on how much other.
Value of the franchise.
You gotta remember, there's other owners, there's other people that have stakes in the team. If they feel that they want to push him out and there's pressure, he doesn't have to do it, but it may be in his best interest to sell. Correct. It may be in his best interest to sell. So moving on.
That's tough.
I love this next topic here. This is great. Never bite the hand that feeds you. Never. Never think that you're too big for your bridges. Never. It's like the kid that gets everything from the parent, right? Get everything. Spoiled. They get the car, they get the, games, they got all the latest clothes and all of those things, right? And then they say to the parent, what you've given me over the years is not enough. I need access to the trust fund today. And the parent says, well, you can't get the trust fund. We give you a stipend. You live a comfortable life. It ain't good enough for me. So the fact that you don't give it to me, I'm going to find it somewhere else. Okay. Try to find it somewhere else. You realize that the grass ain't greener on the other side, right? You got to go work a job. You got to go pay bills. You not working at Starbucks. I say all of this is because Dennis Schroder.
Oh my God.
Dennis Schroder.
So he led me down a rabbit hole. I was like, all right, wait.
What? This is why I'm good. This is why I'm
What
good.
degenerate is he talking about? Like, that's what I'm thinking.
This is why I'm good. This is why I'm good, right? So Dennis Schroder turns down $84 million from the Los Angeles Lakers a few years ago, right? Because he thought he was worth more.
Damn fool.
He bit the hand that fed him. They traded for him. They gave him a starting spot when he didn't deserve it because they won a championship with LeBron James at point guard. And they gave him a starting spot, which completely destroyed the chemistry of the team. Wasn't his only fault, but that was one of the flaws of the team, right? He leaves, gets no bag. Nobody offers him a big deal. The Celtics give him the mid-level exception, right? Not even a mid-level exception. It was a veteran minimum contract. Now the Lakers have re-signed Dennis Schroder for $2.6 million. How much money has he lost in the last few seasons? And the fact that you come crawling back, I love it. I love it.
Wait, did he come back like I don't want to say crawling back, but
he's been angling to be a Laker all off season.
Damn.
He's been posting stuff on social media, adding LeBron James, adding the Lakers.
Oh no.
Desperate.
Who lost more money in the past 2 years? Him or AP?
I think him.
Man, I think AB, son. I think AB. Well, AB's starting to come up now, son.
I say him. I say Schroder. I say Schroder, son.
My man AB.
He was at Fashion Week the other day. Like, nah.
Looking crazy.
AB getting money.
You know what I mean?
That shit, that's my guy.
I think Dennis Schroder definitely lost some bread, man. But now he's back with the Lakers, and they're going to use him the way they should have used him initially, off the bench. That's where he belongs. He's a off-the-bench guy. He's a good player when you keep him in his role. Mm-hmm. When you gave him that starting spot, you fucked everything up. So, what are your thoughts on that?
For me, I think for the team purposes, like working with the team and what the team needs, I prefer Dennis Schroder.
Of course,
I agree.
Of course.
Over like, but again, for me, I gotta see what Russell Westbrook.
He ain't gonna be this.
Hold on. We're not gonna start that yet. For $2.6 million.
Yes.
Of course, it's a great deal.
It's a great deal.
Great deal.
Win-win for the Lakers.
Yes and no, because like at the end of the day, you still got Patrick Beverly.
Yo, we're gonna get there. Hold on.
That's what I'm saying. So like,
you rushing it.
You got Russell Westbrook,
All right.
point guard.
All right.
Patrick Beverly. The dude is 6'2". He can't be a shooting guard.
We ain't got enough shows for this.
All right, man. Let's ask the question.
We ain't got enough shows for this,
BJ. Barry. Listen, man. You know how happy I am when I heard Patrick Beverly is going to the Lakers while Russell Westbrook is still there. How do you feel about that?
Bro, they shook hands and loved each other.
And then they got into a fight the fucking following week.
No, they really did.
No.
In practice. You don't remember the practice?
They ain't getting no fight.
You serious?
Yeah, they ain't getting no fight.
I must have misread some shit.
Mike, you follow comic books. What's happening right now?
Listen, man, everybody knows how I feel about Russell Westbrook. Everybody knows how I feel about Patrick Beverly.
How you feel about Patrick Beverly?
He's a resident cheerleader.
Yeah.
But he's on my team now, so I got to root for him.
Do you think he brings a certain kind of toughness? Even if on the court, it doesn't transition.
Bro, they got into a fight, bro. I'm telling you. Look it up, Jeff. I'm telling you.
He ain't getting in no fight. Don't listen to him.
I think that might be something.
Check it out, bro.
Here.
Dummy. Yeah.
I needed one. You got four, bro. I needed one.
Is that the dummy?
Yeah.
I needed one, bro. You got four.
Yeah. No, but total up we 5, baby. That's it.
I ain't gonna hold you. If they got to something, that shit would have made
Exactly. It'd be all over the news.
Listen, man.
No.
They did, man. I'm telling you.
Again,
somewhere.
for me, I think it depends on what, as an owner group, what you want to do with Russell Westbrook.
They think about trading him.
You got angles with him though. Like as bad as Russell Westbrook was for the Lakers, he's great for another team.
We'll see. We'll see.
How you get mad at a dude? He doesn't miss a game.
He there.
He's at 100% effort every game.
Effort.
Now, what he does on the court for the Lakers.
And effort doesn't always translate, bro.
But again, you have a player.
Yo,
and you talk to any coach in America.
I don't have enough.
They'll tell you.
They love Russell
Any
Westbrook.
coach in America will tell you, he could be bad, but if he's willing to drive through a wall for me, I want him.
I don't have enough. I
want him. Could you imagine you ran a team right now and you had a kid that wasn't that good, but he'll try to drive a hole through this wall for you? Of course you're gonna want that.
Russ.
Now, skill-wise, for the Lakers, he's not good. He can work somewhere else, bro.
Or in Timberwolves, he kill.
Nah. He can work for the Lakers.
He needs shooters.
He can work for the Lakers.
Think about it. He only worked for OKC because what did they do? They did 5 out. They let him kill with Steven Adams, and every dude on the outside just shot threes.
Yep.
All right,
that's literally what they did.
Listen, I ain't gonna talk about Russell Westbrook because I don't want to. I don't want to break a gasket.
Like clips, like after hours clips, like it's gonna be a whole thing.
Let's go, Russ.
Yo, word, Russ.
Last segment of the day is gonna
Bring
be
your ass. I got money on
the
your ass this
greatest
year.
segment on the planet, Dummy of the Week.
Dummy. Yeah.
After the break. Welcome back, y'all. I can't even hold it together. Man.
Yeah.
Oh, we do the damn dance. Oh, let me do the damn.
Yo, these dudes are clowns, man. Listen, now we are back with the last segment of the show, fellas. The greatest segment on the planet, Dummy of the Week.
Dummy, yeah.
We pick Dummy of the Week every week, right? Now, I always go around the room and I ask opinions about who you think is the Dummy of the Week. Jeff, what do you think the Dummy of the Week is?
You know what? My man, I owe my bookie so much money off that Monday night game. If the Dummy of the Week ain't Nathaniel Hackett, my nigga, I'm walking out.
What kind of name is that?
Interesting. Jimmy, who you got?
I mean, that dude in like the UFC who missed weight by like 10 pounds.
Interesting.
Oh,
I like that
damn.
one. That's a good one.
Damn,
That's a good one.
one.
That's a good one, Jimmy. I like that. See?
I don't even know his name.
Yeah, we don't need to know his name. Who cares? But we know he missed weight.
No, for sure.
What about you, Nicole?
I wasn't like online this week.
Yeah, she was. Silent Assassin was doing other stuff. Rich, what do you think?
I'd give it to the Suns owner.
Suns owner?
Between him and
It's fair.
Brett Favre, bro.
It's fair. It's fair.
Between him and Brett Favre.
What about you, Cos?
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers gets the W of the Week.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is on your shit list today, huh?
Yo, is he? Top of it.
Listen,
Who you got?
who do I have?
Yeah, who do you have?
There's two. They're going to share it. May I have the drum roll, please? And the winners for the Dummy of the Week, Nathaniel Hackett and the Cleveland Browns. Nathaniel Hackett and the Cleveland Browns are mine. Because let's just talk about Nathaniel Hackett right now, right? 55 seconds left in the game, right? It was in the game, right?
Yep.
You don't call the play. There's nothing going on. You have your quarterback looking at you like, what the fuck is going on here? What are you doing? And he's just looking back at Russ like, I don't know. I'm supposed to look at you. You figure it out. You blow 30 seconds off the clock. And then after that, you kick a 62-yard field goal. That's your plan? Now, here's my thing, right? And I always bring this up. It's always convenient how new coaches, the new fresh coaches, people love them and they're such great offensive minds and all this stuff. But when they fuck up, we don't hear about how stupid they are, right? We only keep hear how great they are, how great of a mind. If you're so great of an offensive mind, how does your brain not function in the last 55 seconds of the game? So it only functions for the other 59 minutes. It doesn't function in the last minute of the game. Wow. What's going on here? If I'm Russell Wilson, I'm saying to myself, I left Seattle with a Hall of Fame head coach where everybody loves me there. I come here and this fucking idiot let me lose to Seattle in my first game here. You're already in the doghouse with me.
Right.
And what was his explanation after the game? Oh, well, it's my fault. You fucking right, it's your fault. Of course it is.
He said that shit?
It's not news. Now, here's another question for y'all. What happens? I wonder if he was black, if they would get the same type of leeway.
You got fined yesterday.
You already know.
I'm just saying, because the last black head coach that quote unquote made mistakes was what's my man name in Chargers? What's his name? Anthony Lynn. They wanted Anthony Lynn's head for years, right? However, the new coach, Mr. Staley, makes the same mistakes, if not worse. But we don't hear about Staley being an idiot. We worry about him being a boy genius. That's what we hear.
Wow.
Interesting, right?
That's very interesting.
Very interesting. So he gonna hold the L for that. Nathaniel Hackett's an idiot, right? That's where I'm going with it. You can be an offensive genius to all the other idiots. Like you know how it is.
Yeah.
If you're smart amongst dummies,
I hate when
you
they
look
do
like the smart one, don't you?
Yeah, I hate when they do
You look
that.
like a genius if you're in a room full of dummies, right? So that's who he is. The next one, though, this is the grand poobah, right? Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns are the dummies, right? They got to hold the L because I'm just scrolling on my phone one day and there's some news that comes about. It says Cleveland Browns new half-field logo or logo mascot. And I'm like, okay, I need to see what's going on here, right? I like the Cleveland Browns. Jeff over there spilling juices. He's over it. He's over it. So I go ahead and check it. And it's an elf.
An elf?
It's called a dog pound.
No. Let's think about this. Jimmy, they're the Cleveland Browns. They've been identified with the dog pound and all of these things for years. 100 years. Where does a fucking elf come from?
Where do you get a brown and an elf?
And mind you, it's not like a little elf like on the sideline. It's a big ass elf in the middle of the field.
Is it brown?
His name is Brownie.
His name is Brownie.
I was shocked.
Like, yo, I don't understand.
I gotta go see that.
And people wonder why people laugh at the Browns.
Oh shit.
This is crazy.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
No, I was just shocked.
Brownie. A fucking elf.
The mascot is a dog, dude.
Dude.
It's a dog.
Yo, what is a brown though? Like, what is a Cleveland Brown?
It's a dog.
It's a dog.
It's a dog?
So they had a dog as a mascot, and then on the middle of the field they painted
a elf.
Nah, that's comedy.
Now, yo, son.
That's comedy.
Yo, I don't think you should have shared that. I think Cleveland should have got the whole dummy. Like,
Listen, dummy of the week,
that's crazy.
my bad.
Yo, son.
Wow.
Like, yo,
That's the wildest.
bro, I seen it on my phone. I said, this ain't real. This can't be. This gotta be like a like a joke. This is real.
That's crazy shit.
So Nathaniel Hackett and the Cleveland Browns, you guys have got to hold the L this week. But you're winners for Dummy of the Week. That's all for this show. Listen, I appreciate you guys for coming on the show. You've made this a complete circus.
Yes. Ringling Brothers, baby.
You know, if it wasn't for Jeff holding it down with the stability and the knowledge, I don't know what I would do with you two.
Hey, man.
I don't know if I could be able to have you two back as a combo because this is completely it completely went off the rails. Completely went off the rails.
Cheers, man.
Yeah.
The fuck is that?
That's the
elf.
They painted it mid.
And that's where it's gonna be every Sunday.
Yo, Jeff, get out of the way, man. I gotta finish my thing, man. You see, this whole show has gone off the rails. What's going on here? So until next week, I'll see y'all. Stay safe, stay cool. Peace. You can catch me on Instagram and Twitter at All Even Podcast. Listen to the show on Podbeam, Amazon Music, Spotify, and wherever you find your podcasts available. And check out my YouTube channel, All Even Podcast. And don't forget to like, share, and hit that subscribe button.
My son is the champ, so get over it.